will cause any problems.
Millwall are unchanged. It's the same side that lined up 3 days ago. Goalkeeper David Ford, who has been in top form, makes his 250th appearance in English football. Jack Smith, perhaps the Lions' most compelling player in the weekend match, will try to prompt from central midfield. Rob Hulse, on loan from Queen's Park Rangers, leads the line.
Well, I thought they played really well on Sunday, hence no changes for Kenny Jackett. Certainly the midfield three like to get forward. I thought Keogh did a good job on the right and Gesson on the left. Hulse missed a gilt-edged chance in the second half. He really should have put them in to the semi-final. But you've got to watch out for Danny Shittout. He'll like to get forward, and after he strike from 45 yards on Sunday, it almost beat David Ford. Jack Haynes, sorry, it'll be a big task for him.
Michael Appleton, the youngest manager in the Championship at 37. Kenny Jackett, his opposite number. The referee tonight is Mark Clattenburg. There's a feeling that the pendulum might just have swung Blackburn's way. It's perhaps down to a combination of home advantage tonight and a fine record against Millwall. Millwall prevailed on their most recent visit to this part of the country by 2-0 back in November. And they were the more dynamic side in Sunday's 0-0 draw at the Den. Tellingly, these two sides are within just a point of each other in the Championship. Blackburn to kick off. A circuitous route to Wembley. After 90 minutes of hard graft and a few spiky exchanges on Sunday, Blackburn and Millwall try again here at Ewood Park. This tie will be decided tonight. A semi-final meeting with Wigan awaits the winners. Danny Shittout in the heart of the Millwall defence. Inspirational figure. Wasn't afraid of getting involved in the attacking side of the game on Sunday. Craig, for you, what are the keys to this contest tonight?
Well, I think coping with the Millwall shape will be key for Blackburn, because I thought Millwall had an excellent shape about them at the weekend. Michael Appleton didn't make any tactical changes during the game. They went back to front quite a lot. I suppose they will say they got a draw, but he'll fool Kenny Jackett. They should have won the game, there's no doubt about it.
Kenny Jackett, the longest-serving manager of those currently working in the second tier. David Ford, Ireland's #1, in the opinion of Giovanni Trapattoni recently. The strength of his performance for the Republic against Poland. Scott Dann in the middle of the Blackburn defence, now the club captain. We've got Leon Best playing with Jordan Rhodes up front, Josh King on the right. Best with the flick, offside.
Well, I thought it was tight, that, because Rhodes is generally times his run particularly well. Best found himself in a great space here. Oh yeah, he's a foot offside, the left foot just goes, but it's a tight one. It's a tight one, and that's what Rhodes will do. He'll play on that last shoulder. He got one chance at the weekend. He just blazed it over. Half a chance it was. The interesting thing here, Derek, is that the experienced Martin Olsson is playing in front of Marcus. We thought it would be the other way around, but Marcus has kept his position at left back, Martin just in front.
It's the Olsen twins, both involved. Rob Hulse for Millwall, and Danny and Gesson in support. And Keogh inside the box, and close to hitting the target.
There's nothing that twins playing in front of each other for a commentator, is there?
That's well said, Craig.
That's where bailout early.
Jack Keane was excellent in the Sunday match. Hasn't conceded a goal in the FA Cup this season. Blackburn and Manchester City, only sides haven't shipped a single goal. Jason Lowe having to fill in at right back. after representing England in the European Under-21 Championship finals in Israel later this year. Early sparring stages of this replay. 4 wins in 17 Ewood Park visits for Millwall. They can take strength from their victory here back at the end of November. A couple of late goals in that game. Martin Olsen trying to burst forward. Marcus Olsen behind him. And Shitu is best for Blackburn. Leon Best putting David Ford to work.
I suppose the issue for Leon Best might be the recovery period from the weekend. He's hardly played any football because of serious injury. There's no doubt he's a good player. Did some really good things at Newcastle. Didn't always get a start, but I think at championship level, if they can keep him fit, he will be a handful.
They didn't have a shot on target on the entire match on Sunday. Hanley just letting it run through to Jake Keane. Trying to make it to the semi-final stage of the FA Cup for the 19th time. The Scotland international.
It's a bit like the walking wounded for Blackburn at the weekend. They lost 2 right backs. Dan got a nasty cut, which you'll see when he goes for Sam, is covered up. Grant Hanley was struggling in the second half with what appeared to be a knock. So they did well, really, just to keep those lads patched up. He certainly had a big battle with Rob Hulks, but I'm sure as a centre-half, he's been there before, and no doubt he will be there again.
Started every single match for Blackburn this season, Scott Dan. Danny and Gesson trying to keep it going for Millwall. So Millwall making most of the running. The first time of asking, with Blackburn predominantly in defensive mode. The long ball Blackburn that we saw. Designs on changing that tonight, playing a different game on this bigger pitch at Ewood Park. And the weather is a bit friendlier. It might be cold, but we don't have the swirling wind and the wintry precipitation. Jack Smith, very much the midfield fulcrum for Millwall in the last game. Quite a bit of composure to the table. It's always demanding the ball. Towards Andy Keogh. Alan Dunn whips it over. He's trying to find the head of Ngesson.
I think it might be Chris Taylor that's gone down, coming in from the left-sided midfield. He was clattered by his own man Ngesson, just trying to peel at the back post for the header. It was a very good ball in from Dunn. It was good play down the right-hand side again. Nice little early flick down the channel from Andy Keogh, and a ball delivered into a very good area. And that's something they did a lot on Sunday. Went from that midfield position on the diagonal out to the wide position, and he's caught by Danny Ngesson there. Just the right arm of Danny Ngesson catches him as he's trying to track in at the back post. It's a bit of a sore one.
Taylor back on his feet.
Yeah, had a good game Sunday, didn't he? It was very lively.
Absolutely. Chris Taylor, the former Oldham player. He's not long back from injury. Shane Lowry in position. Jack Smith. And they're wearing the orange third kits. And Taylor had made himself available. Walter was the player who steered it back. Lowry. Martin Olsen. Marcus Olsen for Blackburn. Too strong for Jordan Rhodes. And in the Scotland squad. Forthcoming World Cup qualifiers. Minutes on the clock in the 6th round replay. It's no great surprise that it did end in stalemate at the weekend. The lowest scoring sides in the Championship. And Trotter trying to make a bit of headway for Millwall. And Rhodes looking to get in behind the visitors' defence. Beavers did his job.
All right, go on, Liam. All right, get it. Let's get it.
Millwall have prevailed in each of the last 2 away matches in the FA Cup. It's Luton this season, and Southampton last. Jack Smith, Andy Keogh. Danny Shittu, confident player. And the confidence to go all the way out to Ngeson on the left flank. Having to make it 3 away wins on the trot in the FA Cup for the first time since season 1985-86. When George Graham was the manager. Both sides still trying to settle into a rhythm. David Ford, the Millwall goalkeeper. And the FAI Cup in the Republic of Ireland. And his time with Derry City. Unable to get there.
Well, no real change of tactic from the home side, Blackburn. It's kind of back to front quite early and quite straight. Millwall and Jack Smith especially, number 21, picking the ball up and getting a lot of space in the middle of the park as the spare man. And if they utilise him properly, and if his passing's up to scratch, he can dictate this game. Because he should find himself in acres if Best and Rhodes don't drop in, and generally they didn't at the weekend.
The head of Keogh. Seems the decision go against him. Andy Keogh didn't much care for it. Four cup starts on the trot for Keogh. Blackburn supporters trying to get behind their side. Michael Appleton asking them ahead of this game to try to recreate the atmosphere that they experienced at the Den on Sunday. Wants it to be loud. Milton Gams Pedersen, no way through. Trotter for Millwall. And Keogh. And Ngeson. Lowry. And Hulse. Offside flag was up. Emphatic anyway from Rob Hulse.
Good idea from Lowry. Didn't really have many options, and it will look as if it's Marcus Olsen that's played him onside there. So he's a little bit unlucky because he bent his run in there nicely. It was a lovely ball fed into him.
Ngeson was competing for it. Josh King on the right-hand side of midfield. He was with Manchester United. King had a quiet game on Sunday, but despite that, struck the woodwork in the second half. Low with the Blackburn throw. So much at stake for both sides tonight. Winners to meet Wigan at Wembley in the last four come the middle of April. There's an inquiry about a possible free kick. And we're just switching off for a moment or two. Can expect to see plenty of Grant Hanley. Well, it's quite what Blackburn had in mind. Rhodes getting into position.
I wonder how Gordon Strachan will see it with, of course, the new Scotland manager with Jordan Rhodes. He, no doubt, is a natural goal scorer. Of course, you need more attributes than that to be an international footballer, but I think he's learning, and he's learning fast, and he's stepping up a level, and he's still scoring goals, and that will be, of course, another level for him. So it will be interesting to see how the new Scotland manager sees it.
Rhodes scored 15 goals in his last 24 matches for Blackburn.
I always think at international football generally, and especially for Scotland these days, chances are few and far between, and when one comes, you generally have to take it, and his ratio is excellent.
3 goals in 6 games already for Scotland. You can't really argue with that.
No, you can't, no.
Well, looking for a good option. Best, and it's round to the target. Took a bit of action there, and a corner here to Blackburn.
Well, the two strikers are already finding themselves in a little bit more room already than they did at the weekend. Just having the opportunity to get a couple of strikes away is more than they had Sunday at the New Den. So some early pressure here from Blackburn. The set piece, when they did have it, Sunday was quite poor from the likes of Bentley and Gams Pedersen, who generally is very good.
Here is Morton, Gams Pedersen, as they try to catch Millwall on the hop, and very nearly did with that set piece. It was played to David Dunn.
Yeah, he's just pulled around the back here to the edge of the box, and acres of space. I think it's a bit of both. I think it's 6 and 2 threes. I think he's going for that far corner. But also, if somebody, and it's going wide, and it was, if somebody gets on the end of it, then there's a chance that may happen as well.
Just 9 matches because of a calf injury. Dunn came on as a substitute at the weekend and impressed. A second spell with Blackburn. A more adventurous Blackburn so far. Very much on the back foot on Sunday. And he lets Keogh take over, and Gessen was reaching out for it. Looks over towards the referee, but Mark Clattenburg isn't interested. And Lowry, high hanging ball.
Well, it's Jason Lowe, I think, picking him up. He looked, well, he certainly had the arms around him. It was a 2-1 at the back post. It was another great ball in. I think he just lets him go in time, if I'm being honest with you, but no, I don't think there's enough in it for me for a penalty kick, but you're taking a risk.
Best up against Shitu. Martin Olsen. Shitu dragged into the wide area. And a free kick to Millwall. Clattenburg, 38 today. That's what you would want to be doing on your birthday as a referee. So he got out of play for a throw to Millwall. King. And he was caught. Theo, the offender. Plattenberg, by the way, last year, his 37th birthday, took charge of Bayern Munich against Basel in the Champions League, a 7-0 victory for Bayern. There's Pedersen, floating it in for Blackburn. Done. Low. Tidally. As Blackburn go direct, and we saw a lot of that approach at the 10 from Rovers in Gessen. Cut down. Free kick decision goes against Lowe.
Same two players again that were involved in the little incident in the penalty area that Gessen felt was a penalty kick. That's what you call rash. Very, very rash.
I wasn't quite sure whether to make it all the way there, the goalkeeper, Jake Keane.
Well, he did come out a lot at the weekend. He was a goalkeeper that was saying to his centre-halves, I'm going to come whenever I can and bail you out. But really, I really don't think you should be coming this far, if I'm being honest with you. That's quite comfortable for your centre-half to deal with. And if the striker wins it, he's unlikely to score from that distance. So I think it was a risk the keeper didn't have to take, and probably should take.
Martin Olsen trying to release his twin brother Marcus. Free kick, says Mark Klassenberg.
I don't know why, 3 or 4 Millwall players are getting involved. Yes, it's a free kick, and yes, it's clumsy. And then we saw that at the weekend. For those that watched the game at the Nude End, it got heated at times. There was a lot of niggling going on between both teams, as you'd expect with a semi-final to play for. That's only natural.
King. There's Taylor. Swiftly forward. Dan had the reading of the situation. Scott Dan called into action again. It's going to be a Blackburn free kick. Hulse going in on David Dunn.
If I was Blackburn, I'd want Dunn on the ball as much as I could get. I mean, I know they go long quite early, but I don't see any harm in getting it into his feet, because if you're going to go long and play it over the top, I think it'd sooner be him.
So from our graphic earlier, Arsenal have scored in Munich against Bayern. You never know. It's a massive ask for the Gunners after what happened at the Emirates. And it's a start. Olivier Giroud with that goal on 3 minutes. No scoring so far here at Ewood Park. Millwall put together a run of 13 matches unbeaten from the end of September and the beginning of December. They have gone off the boil, same can be said of Blackburn. Two teams really searching for answers.
Well, if they're going to play that down the line and the flick on, the striker's got to get closer. But I think Rob Hulse was waiting on the long diagonal, so there was about 25 yards between the players there, and when Keogh won it, there was nobody to get on the end of it.
Rovers with the high clearance. Gams Pedersen attempting to impose himself. Blackburn supporters aren't all that happy. Taylor. He takes it on himself. 1 point on its flight. You thought to yourself that might be going in.
Well, if you run the risk, if you let him have this much room and just sit off him, as Gams Pedersen did, just let him drop on the edge of the penalty area. Yeah, the angle's against him, but it's not a bad strike from there, I have to say. And he's a player you cannot allow to drive into the box. Very, very busy, Chris Taylor.
Missed the early rounds of the FA Cup because of a knee ligament injury. Let's point you in the direction of Motherwell against Hibs in the Clydesdale Bank Premier League. That's on Friday here on ESPN from 7:15. There could be trouble here. Just watch as it goes back to Keane. Manchester United against Reading is on Saturday. Our live Barclays Premier League game. Remember, ESPN.co.uk for more information.
Never mind, could be trouble here. There could be trouble at Reading. Man United Saturday, and they've sacked their manager. What will be next, I wonder?
Action spills over to the other end. Weaver's got the nick on the ball. Jordan Rhodes, an ever-present threat. All the defenders know full well they cannot take their eyes off him. Pedersen, the short throw in the end. It back, Martin Gams Pedersen. It's Beavers who takes charge. Lowry now for Millwall. Defeated Millwall in 7 of the last 10 meetings of the two. And Trotter is poking it forward. House. And here's a free kick. Shane Lowry. His 4th consecutive start. Man from Perth in Western Australia. Gesson, nobody to latch onto it. King with the clearance, immediately up to Best. I think it was on the part of Blackburn to spring Best once more. Chris Olsen with the throw for Blackburn. Danny Shitu is a mountain of a man. Millwall captain. Beavers, his central defensive partner. Shitu. Martin Olsen. Came off him last of all. Alan Dunn to take this. Millwall's connection with the 2004 FA Cup final, which they lost to Manchester United. Didn't take part in the game, but he was on the bench, expected to be taking part.
It's a bad challenge there from Andy Keogh. On David Dunn, not clever. Studs into Dunn. To be fair, Dunn picks himself up. 40 times at the weekend, he just boiled on the edge. I think he thought about it there, Keogh, and then just at the last minute, thought better of it with the studs up.
Hanley with the free kick for Blackburn. Once again, it's a story of defences on top. Alan Dunn. Grant Hanley's header, straight down Keogh's throat. Wilson just waiting for the ball to bounce. ball through. There's another one. Taylor, similar position too. Jack Keane waiting patiently for the ball to be returned. Goal-scoring chances so far, not too many, Craig.
No, but again, the pitch is, I mean, to be fair, the pitch is not good in terms of playing football. It's very bobbly, very dry. I mean, Millwall are the team that will try and get it down and pass. Blackburn want to go back to front quite early. It's not, which is an easier tactic on this pitch. It's not one that's necessarily working for them up to this time. I don't think Roberto Martinez will be quaking in his boots watching this, but he'll know that it's probably better to come from both these sides on a better playing surface, which of course Wembley is.
We'll find out what Roberto Martinez thinks about Blackburn and Millwall at half-time. The studio guests on ESPN this evening, along with Colin Kazim Richards. Shitu. It's going to be a goal kick. He's got 3 goals in his last 5 FA Cup matches, Danny Shitu. That's perhaps why he was so keen to have a go at the weekend.
He was only 45 yards out when he pulled the trigger.
Only.
It was an excellent strike. A very good save as well from Jake Keane.
At that very moment, Craig, you looked at me as if to say, what on earth is he doing?
I normally have that look when you go to a bar, buy a drink.
Martin Olsen trying to force a mistake from Alan Dunn. And Martin Olsen had something to say about that.
Done involved, same 2 players, no contact, and he's trying to con the referee there. Dunn is a very experienced player at this level of football.
Pedersen with the delivery. Shitu succeeded in getting his head to the ball, and away goes in Gesson. David Dunn, with all his experience, and again. Taylor, back there defending. And the throw beside the corner flag. Chance for Blackburn to get the heavy artillery forward again.
Well, you say that, but they've only got 2 in the box at this moment in time. Just third one coming in now.
It's surprising.
Yeah.
Trajectory from Pedersen as Beavers away. Now in Gesson. And only Hulse in the advanced position. Comes to Hulse once more. The connection with Gesson. Failed to do so. Rightly. We'll throw quickly. Hang on though. It's going to have to go back a yard or 2. Low, who was born in Wigan, facing represents his city of birth in the last 4 of the FA Cup with Budweiser. And trying to keep the ball moving. Marcus Olsen and Ford. Safe pair of hands. He has been magnificent in recent weeks. Anderson got his head to it. Done for Millwall. Trotter. Jack Smith. Hasn't been quite as influential so far tonight in comparison with Sunday. Hanley. Crossing out the midfield area. Beavers. Back it goes to Ford.
Yeah, Liam Best just saying there, you're going to play it straight, fine, you're under pressure, but pop it into feet. Just pop it over the midfield. Don't go long all the time and behind. Can't have strikers continually trying to run for balls in behind every time Blackburn get it. If I was playing in central midfield, Derek, for this Blackburn team, and the back four continue to do what they do and have been doing, I would have been going bananas if I was the likes of David Dunn and Gams Pedersen, two players that can play, can pass. If it was continually going over my head, I would be going nuts at them. Bad pitch or not, doesn't matter.
It's Keane this time, who launches it. I'm sure all the midfield players for Blackburn on Sunday, the stiff necks to contend with after the match. Marcus Olsen with 10 minutes to go to half-time at Ewood Park. We await the first goal in this tie. Two trenchant teams who've been able to cancel each other out. And Gesson to do a bit of chasing. Here's Lowry for Millwall. Now Taylor back to Jack Smith. Keogh. And Pedersen, he's cross with himself. Bit of a miscue. Millwall trying to make it back-to-back wins here at Ewood Park for the very first time. Victorious here back in November. Clicked on by Hulse. Flag was raised. And Gesson going after it. Teams having a little bit of trouble getting the passes to their targets. Statistically minded will confirm that the percentages are usually a lot higher than that. Trotter, here's Hulse. He was doing the defending initially. Marcus Olsen has flaxed it away. It's Keogh to take the throw. He's going to give it, in fact, to Dunn. Now Trotter. Stripped away by Grant Hanley. Shittu with Jack Smith by his side. Dunn now. Trotter. Here's Dunn. And it's Keane. Didn't do very much wrong at the weekend. 22-year-old keeper. He's not related to the former Blackburn manager Steve Keane.
He did get a hard time, didn't he, Steve Keane? I got to say, I felt sorry for him in the end. I thought it was went on and on and on.
Josh King steered it back. There's Jack Smith. And Beavers just had to get boot on ball. Blackburn looked to ratchet things up. Best had to move towards the edge of the penalty area. Millwall on the break.
Come on out! Come on out!
Keogh. Now Dunn. Smith. And done. Scott Dann with the header away for Blackburn. And it comes to Shane Lowry. Unpredictable Chris Taylor. Jason Lowe deserves credit. The defender who thwarted him. Just trying to hold it up. Just waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Here's Josh King for Blackburn. He had eyes for goal.
Well, it was better because they got it into Leon Best's feet, and that allowed them to have some element of control at least, and as you see, they've kept it on the ground, so I mean, a little bit of space for himself. He was always under pressure with no real back left on the strike. It was always on the rise, but at least it was an effort at David Ford's goal.
Keogh taking on first Marcus Olsen. Grant Hanley moved across.
Yeah, he's given a free kick here for the initial challenge on Andy Keogh. Tried to play a bit of advantage, Derek. There was none because Hanley came across and mopped it up. And a chance here to put a little bit of quality in. We haven't seen a lot tonight. There's been a couple of decent crosses from Millwall down this right-hand side, not from this type of angle. It's not a great angle really, but it'll have to do, I suppose.
Chris Taylor will be responsible for the Millwall free kick. Took a couple of deflections. It's gone behind for the corner. This is Millwall's first corner of the night. Trotter was about to take it. We'll let Taylor do the honours. There's Taylor. And Shitu. And then Gesson. And twice. Big shout for handball. Mark Clattenburg isn't interested. But it's Taylor. Side netting. Well, Jason Lowe was the player in there.
Mark Clattenburg's just telling them, gesturing by saying he's too close. Can't do anything about it. Ball bobbling around. No. The right arm is not really in a natural position, but he's a foot away. He's a foot away, and Mark Clattenburg straight away said, too close.
It's one that will be debated. Taylor with this corner. Shitu! Millwall strike first. Danny Shitu continues his amazing run in the FA Cup. Joy for the travelling Millwall supporters. Could it be the goal that takes Millwall to Wembley?
Yeah, he's waiting for him. And maybe Millwall will feel that's justice because they were looking for a penalty kick. I certainly felt it would have been harsh. You can't argue with that. Leon Best, the player, picking Danny Shitu up.
Yellow card for removing his shirt.
Yeah, see how Best tried to pick him up there and he just shoves him out of the way, basically. Best got his back against him and he just gets his body goal side, and once his goal side, it's just about the delivery and the timing and the flight of the ball. Never in doubt. Once he headed it down, it was going in.
Four goals in 6 FA Cup ties for Danny Shitu. Chris Taylor was spoken to by Mark Clattenburg as well, I think. Shitu's goal, Millwall's goal. And Blackburn have conceded for the first time in this FA Cup season. is going to be the biggest question of all for Millwall. Where were the goals going to come from tonight? I say that because ahead of this game they netted only 17 times in the previous 20 matches in all competitions. Confidence at a low ebb on the goal-scoring front. Popped Danny Shitu. Blackburn trying to respond immediately. Shitu back there now, following through. David Dunn.
No, I think it's just his momentum, nothing else. And
yellow card.
Yeah, but it did seem to me first time round it was more his momentum than anything else. And Danny Shitu tried to hurdle him. Yeah, and the left leg comes out. He's already committed to the challenge. It's a booking, that's it, you know.
Just before the goal, scored by Danny Shitu. There's perhaps a little bit of controversy, Craig.
Yeah, well, as they were appealing for the penalty kick, there's no real sign of any touch, i.e. for the corner to be given. And the resulting corner was Danny Shitu got the goal. So, no Blackburn players, to my knowledge, were complaining to Matt Clattenburg, the referee. And I've got to say, from Shitu's point of view as well, taking the top off, players know they're going to get booked. Now, he's a centre-half. You know, if he makes one rash challenge, he's gone. And that could change the game. So it's the emotion, I understand that. But you have to be aware you've got 45 minutes to play as a defender.
Almost had the 1 minute of added time at the end of this first half.
It's safe to say, though, when he took his top off, there's no doubt he's been down the gym.
And the evidence was there.
Pumping a bit of iron. Quite a lot, by the looks of it.
Quite proud of that fact as well. Dying embers of the first half. It is half-time now. Should it have been a corner to Millwall? That is a pertinent question. Danny Shitu won't be all that worried about it. Shitu playing the captain's part. And the deadlock finally broken in this quarter-final tie. At the break, Blackburn 0, Millwall 1.
Well, he had a big impact on Sunday in the first game, and so far in this FA Cup quarter-final replay, Danny Shitu has been the difference. Millwall have the advantage. The thoughts of Roberto Martinez and Colin Kazim-Richards when we return.
Was a big dreamer.
Every single day, ordinary people do extraordinary things.
They were starting to name us now, the team of destiny.
I didn't think there's any way that NC State could win.
What if I told you he taught them to play? They taught us to believe.
Jim Valvano said, I believe in dreams.
Survive and Advance, Tuesday, part of the 30 for 30 film series on ESPN.
Well, welcome along to the ESPN FC Press Pass studio. I'm Dan Thomas, and it's that time of the week to answer one of your questions. I'm joined by Stevie Nicol and Janusz Mihalik. This one has come in via Twitter at ESPN Press Pass and says, I think Diego Lopez will remain in goal after Iker's return, Janusz.
He very may well. I think that Iker Casillas should be playing. I think he's an important part. He's a better goalkeeper, and I think there's no drama needed. And I believe there will be a little bit of drama if he doesn't come back. And Real Madrid are doing well. I don't think they need that. They're on their way in the Champions League. That is important. So I would have played Casillas.
No, I'd have to stick with Lopez. I think he's been superb.
I think Casillas is going to need some time to get his 100% fitness back. Of course, Lopez was so good against Man United, he'll definitely start.
Boys, as always, thank you very much. Please keep your questions coming in to our pundits. The best way to do it is via Twitter at ESPN Press Pass.
There it is! An equaliser! Cuts it inside. Oh, and he's done it! Magnifique!
The UEFA Champions League on ESPN, presented by Heineken.
RBS Six Nations concludes this weekend with the final live matches. First up, Italy-Ireland, as each team looks to finish strong. Followed by the match of the tournament. Holders Wales take on top of the table England. Will England snatch the Grand Slam, or can Wales mount a surprise title defence? This weekend, RBS Six Nations on ESPN and ESPN3.com.
Got a lot of apologies to make. I'm so sorry I put you in harm's way. You gotta find out who did this.
You'll never see me coming.
How many in the air, Jarvis?
13, sir.
How many can I carry?
4.
Oh, boy.
AMA Supercross Racing, the American Motorcyclist Association. What it really means is the most intense two-wheel action on the planet. These bikes are rockets, flying on dirt courses with reckless abandon. The men put it all on the line. It's the ride of a lifetime each and every race. AMA Supercross from Indianapolis, live Sunday on ESPN.
40 talented hopefuls given a once-in-a-lifetime chance to follow their dreams and earn a spot on one of Europe's premier football clubs. Coming up on Football's Next Star, the field narrows and the decisions become more difficult.
You must show what it takes to play for Celtic.
As the boys inch closer to a spot on Celtic's training squad. Episode 4 of Football's Next Star, Friday on ESPN.
Tomorrow on ESPN, we have 2 live Europa League games for you. First up at 5 o'clock, Zenit hosts Basel, who have a 2-goal lead from the first leg. And then from 7:30, it's Newcastle's second leg with Angie, which is 0-0 from the first game. Welcome back to Ewood Park at half-time in this FA Cup quarter-final replay between Blackburn and Millwall. Millwall have a 1-goal lead. Colin Kazim-Richards and Roberto Martinez join me in the studio. A cagey game right up until the end of that first half, Roberto.
Well, it has been cagey because both teams cancel each other up, and probably you would have to say that that's the role that it suits Millwall. Playing away from home, they got a little bit of pace on the counter-attack, and they're always a real threat in their ball situations. Just Blackburn, they haven't been able to use that home team role, probably what Millwall are doing really well, is stopping Pedersen and Dunn to have any sort of quality into the strikers. And it was a quiet game, and probably look that the two teams were quite happy to grow into the final stages of the game to open up a little bit. But probably the goal lead at halftime probably gives Millwall a better reflection of what they did well in the first half.
Disappointing to go in a goal down, especially just before the break, and from a set piece that arguably, Colin, we don't think was a set piece.
Yeah, I think if you look at it, it definitely isn't a corner, but, you know, like we were saying before, it's kind of easier for us to sit here and say, you know, it's not a corner. And it's upsetting. I think the lads would be massively disappointed that we've conceded so close to half-time, when I think we would have got at them a bit more in the second half. But I think Leon, knowing Leon, he'll be upset with himself a little bit, but knowing him as well, we'll get over it quick, and we've got a second half to play.
Yeah, it is Leon Best, which we'll see in a second, who who didn't track Danny Shittu for the goal. That's the angle for the corner that was given that wasn't. It goes through 4 Blackburn players, Roberto. It's very difficult for the referee to see.
Difficult, and nobody reacts against that decision. I thought it was a bit of quality of Chris Taylor. You have to give him credit. Obviously, he's 2 penalty appeals, but he's got the composure to get the ball down and try to get a shot on target. Obviously, he got the benefit of the decision, good delivery into a good area. And as Colin is saying, obviously, Leon Best is marking Danny Shittu, which is probably a striker against a centre-half, a little bit of an unfair fight with the power of Danny Shittu. A great delivery, and when you got everyone man marking in that position, always probably the advantages for that centre-half attacking the right area of the delivery.
What will the dressing room be like right now?
Knowing Gaffer, I think he'll be pumping up the players, you know. He'll let them have their say first off, let them talk between each other, you know. I think there's a lot of managers do, but then he'll get straight on them, and, you know, like Roberto was saying, we're home team, so we need to go out there and you know, I think our strikers are isolated a little bit, so we need to get more up the park and start getting balls in the box and let Leon and Jordan do what they do best.
OK, well, as things stand, Millwall have 1 foot in the semi-final. What can Mike Appleton and Blackburn do about that to place in the last 4 of the FA Cup semi-final? It's up for grabs.
X Games Teamia, coming in March on ESPN. ESPN is your NBA destination. Saturday, the Bulls take on the deadly shooting of Stephen Curry and the Warriors.
Bingo!
Then Tuesday, Al Jefferson and the Jazz host an Eastern Conference powerhouse in Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks.
Anthony, quick release. He's 3 for 3.
Bulls Warriors live Saturday, Knicks Jazz live Tuesday on ESPN.
Hello, first day of footy tipping. Last year, solid performance. Best results in a long time. Tomo, nicest fella you'd ever meet, but a shocker of a tipper. He'll be making up the numbers again. Young Sam from the mailroom. You never know what to expect from those rookies. Susie from accounts, the dark horse, claims she's not in the footy, but tips like a pro. And then there's Barry, the self-proclaimed king of footy tipping. Back-to-back champion. Rumour has it he's got commemorative tattoos. Wooden spoon'd make a nice tat, Barry.
To become the one, head to footytips.com.au, and if you pick the perfect round, you get a free Whopper thanks to Hungry Jacks. ESPNfootytips.com.au. Become the one.
RBS Six Nations concludes this weekend with the final live matches. First up, Italy-Ireland, as each team looks to finish strong. Followed by the match of the tournament. Holders Wales take on top of the table England. Will England snatch the Grand Slam, or can Wales mount a surprise title defence? This weekend, RBS Six Nations on ESPN and ESPN3.com.
For some teams, this is their last shot to prove they're worthy. For others, it's their only shot.
Bringing the house down.
Who goes to the tournament?
Here goes the 3-ball, baby. The 3-ball.
Who gets a top seed?
What a play. Whoa.
And whose season will end?
USC pulls the upset.
Find out during Championship Week on ESPN and ESPN2.
AMA Supercross Racing, the American Motorcyclist Association. What it really means is the most intense two-wheel action on the planet. These bikes are rockets, flying on dirt courses with reckless abandon. The men put it all on the line. It's the ride of a lifetime each and every race. AMA Supercross from Indianapolis. Live Sunday on ESPN.
From Indian Wells, the ATP Paribas Open continues with action from one of the great tournaments of the season. The top players of tennis have been sizzling in the desert sun. The draw is down to the final 8 as we get closer to crowning a champion. The BNP Paribas Open at Indian Wells. Coverage continues live tomorrow with the quarterfinals on ESPN, the home of the ATP World Tour Masters 1000.
40 talented hopefuls given a once-in-a-lifetime chance to follow their dreams and earn a spot on one of Europe's premier football clubs. Coming up on Football's Next Star, the field narrows and the decisions become more difficult.
You must show what it takes to play for Celtic.
As the boys inch closer to a spot on Celtic's training squad. Episode 4 of Football's Next Star, Friday on ESPN.
Welcome to opening day baseball.
Still have to utilise the options they had. Then they would have been in a much better position to go and run it and attack the Blackburn back four.
Trotter. Into the bodies back for Blackburn. This is Smith for Millwall. Dunn. Taylor, Trotter. So he knocked it down. It's King. Get back! Come on, Chris! And a fruitful run. Trotter, a touch on the ball. Taylor, he's certainly up for this.
Well, he's shown in the both games that you and I have watched that, amongst other things, he's got a bit of quality, but he certainly doesn't lack in terms of desire and attitude and work rate.
Morton Gamst Pedersen. Best with a header. Gomez in support. Away by Shitu.
I think that is an area that they could exploit, Blackburn, if they can get in a good area and hit that diagonal. I think Best now playing on the left, on Dunn at the back post. Could be a problem for the little fullback.
Martin Olsen, take it out. Keogh is adjudged to have been the guilty party, and the yellow card is produced.
Yeah, I think Keogh's been on the edge for quite a while as he was on Sunday. He's right to make the challenge, but I don't think it was just for that. I think that was what Matt Clattenburg was saying. It was for several other misdemeanours in the first half. Good chance here for Blackburn.
Dunn and Pedersen, the two Blackburn players over this. Henley and Dan, two of the players inside the box. And it's wide, Pedersen stepping forward.
Well, he's blaming the runners. The runners are blaming the ball in. He's expecting somebody to peel round the back here. You can see they all go across the near post. I'm not quite sure even if somebody had peeled round they were going to get on the end of that.
Mistimed, jumped by Ngessen. Jason Lowe looking for a Blackburn teammate. It's been a night of frustration for Jordan Rhodes. He's seen so little of the ball. Lowry and Hulse. It's Hanley who comes across. Done by Brad Hanley. And let us remind you that coming up on ESPN this Friday from 7:15, it'll be Motherwell against Hibernian in the Clydesdale Bank Premier League. And then on Saturday in the Barclays Premier League, we'll be at Old Trafford. The runaway leaders Manchester United up against Reading, who said goodbye to the manager Brian McDermott this week. Saturday from 4:30 with Ray and the team. Martin Olsen just recovered from the eye injury that kept him out for the best part of the month. Shitu, it's Beavers who finally got his head on the ball. Smith. Here's the experienced David Dunn. Best playing that a little bit deeper. Leon Best, and still cleared off the line by Lowry. A gargantuan moment in this replay. Blackburn can take encouragement from that. Nuno Gomez. Best was in the thick of things again. Olsen. Josh King. Olsen. A scrap inside the box, away by Shitu. Forward by Shane Lowry. How important was his contribution just seconds ago. Blackburn on the scent of an equaliser. Taylor, shot the handball as it bounced off David Dunn. Liam Trotter wriggling away from Morten Gamst Pedersen. Johnson Lowe. Almost 20 minutes into the second half. It was zestful from Blackburn. Nuno Gomez and Rhodes behind him.
Oh, this has got the Blackburn crowd up. Thought he did well, Liam Best, to stay on his feet just here. Opened up for him. And that's excellent from Lowry. Could quite easily have stayed with his man there, Gomez, but if he doesn't get himself back on the line, it's a definite goal because the keeper's beaten. Super defending.
Substitution here, made by Millwall. Has come Jimmy Abdu. Gesson says goodbye to this game. He's been with Millwall since 2008, former Plymouth player. It's Beavers called upon. On deck for Millwall. Remember, you can vote for your Budweiser man of the match. Go to espn.co.uk/FA Cup. Votes being accepted now. Pedersen with the long Blackburn throw. David Dunn trying to fool the substitute Abdu. Pedersen, tantalising one. King takes the ball inside the box.
Ridiculous.
Spectacular dive.
Ridiculous dive. Mark Clattenburg quite right. Nonsense.
Millwall on the break. Well done. That won't be a free kick. Best towards King. Knocked away by Dunn.
Better little spell for Blackburn though. Just a little bit of pressure had been applied.
Scott Dan for the home side. Lowry forward. Dan. Hulse. Here is Abdu. Jack Smith. We'll try to keep it neat and tidy. Smith's had too much on it. Midway through the second half. Some ambitious on the part of David Dunn. Jota's pass. Abdu. There's a spring and a step. Taylor. Abdu. And we're forced to retreat. Here's Hulse. Shitu. Keo. Finally robbed to the ball. Still dig again.
Well, let's have a look back at this little instant in the box where King went to ground. Yes, as we thought, Derek. Stupid.
Perhaps fortunate that play raged on. No yellow card for simulation.
Yeah, just fell back the way. I mean, could easily have shown him a yellow, but
Smith with a header. Millwall still with the lead. Shitu. Oh, it's come back to Ford. In 2.5 years gone by since last Blackburn won a game, which they were trailing at half-time. Good Stephen possession-wise. Done with the throw for the visitors. Going to be that little bit short in terms of imagination in the two matches. Keo is down with a header. Abdu just reaching out for it. Jota was up there. Nuno Gomez. Hasn't really got going since coming on as a substitute at the start of the second half.
no, he's not been able to get in the game at all, really. But hasn't had any service, in all fairness.
Ball that doesn't bear fruit for Blackburn. Dan. King. Pedersen. Nobody in that sector of the pitch. Jacket. Cajoling. Organising.
Just see what Kenny Jackett's saying there. He's putting Abdu on David Dunn, and he was saying stop him. Don't let him play.
To apologise for the industrial language that might have been picked up by microphones. Morten Gams Pedersen. Blackburn 0, Millwall 1. Goes up. Scott Ledger, the assistant referee on this near side. Do Blackburn have the guile to unlock the Millwall defence? David Ford has recorded 10 clean sheets in 33 matches this season. Millwall's number 1. Ireland's number 1 apparently too. friendly prize beginning to come into view for Millwall. The winners of this replay to face Wigan in the middle of next month. Shane Lowry certainly doing his bit for the Millwall cause. His clearance to foil Leon Best earlier. Abdu. Trotter. Pedersen just in front of his defence. Blackburn are going to change things. King has gone off to be replaced by 19-year-old Anton Forrester, striker who joined recently from Everton. A contract until 2015, and this is his senior debut. On loan from Everton. Now it's low, worth the throw. Best. Abdu. Hulls, and that was clever play. The know-how of Rob Hulls there for all to see. Kia. Inside the final 15 minutes. Current challenge was by Martin Olsen. Alan Dunn. Chris Taylor, dead ball specialist for Millwall. Gomez. Toppling over, there was nothing there apparently.
Certainly looked like a hand from Smith first time around. He seemed to control it with his left arm.
Towards Best. And that's better from the Blackburn point of view. Nuno Gomez. Still chasing. There's a yellow card here for Beavers. He looks a bit perplexed. He spotted something. It's going to mean a two-match ban forthcoming for Mark Beavers.
Tugging the shot. Just there. Surely if there's no advantage, and there wasn't, you take it back and give the free kick, as well as the booking.
Millwall inching ever closer. Blackburn were to draw level, and if it were to be level after 90 minutes, of course, we would have extra time. Taylor. Trotter. Now Abdu. Bit clumsy.
A bit clever. He knew he'd lost it, and he knew it was done, and he just made sure. It's Pedersen actually, he just made sure he was going nowhere.
Again, it's a long ball approach from Blackburn. It comes off the head of Beavers and into the hands of Ford. Exactly 1/3 of Blackburn's goals this season have come in the final 15 minutes. You never know. It's still doable for Rovers. Hanley's header. Olsen. There's Scott Dan. Going from back to front quickly. One or two moans and groans from the Blackburn supporters.
Well, I know we talked on Sunday, both in the studio and in the gantry, about the absence of Danny Murphy, but I can understand why Danny Murphy doesn't fit into this Blackburn team, because, you know, he wants to get the ball down and play, certainly at his age. You know, just lumping it over his head every 30 seconds isn't what Danny Murphy, or indeed David Dunn, who's playing tonight, it's not what they're all about. So you can quite clearly see why there's a difference in the way they want to do things.
Trotter. This is Dunn for Millwall. Liam Trotter disguising his intentions. Taylor. That's an effort best forgotten. Danny Shittu's goal, the difference in this tie. He's certainly a compelling candidate for Budweiser Man of the Match. ESPN.co.uk/FA Cup to cast your vote.
He got it Sunday, didn't he?
Yep, he did. The best with a touch on Rhodes. There's Trotter for company. Taken away by Trotter with ease. There's Hanley. It goes to Keane. Inside the final 10 minutes. Blackburn looking for the goal that might force extra time. Pedersen. Shittu, who read the danger. Keogh. Nobody there at all for Millwall. Olsen was ambitious. Gomez. Entered by Abdu. There's no foul play. Will suit Millwall very nicely. Blackburn have mustered only 2 goals in the last 11 and a half hours of football in all competitions. Both goals coming against Peterborough, 3-2 defeat. Is it going to happen for Blackburn Rovers in these last few minutes? Or will Millwall be booking for themselves a meeting with Wigan at Wembley? Scott Dan. His 59th successive start for Blackburn. Going back to last season too. And David Dunn. Dan. And it's through for the goal kick.
Well, he was confident. David Ford. Certainly didn't look that far away. Was it just dipped at the end? No intent there from Dan to score. He's trying to cross that.
Eye bandage there, the legacy of what happened on Sunday. His joust with Rob Hulse. The Millwall supporters, a few hundred of them, have made the journey from southeast London. They found their singing voices tonight. Now they're going to be singing all the way home. Not much singing going on in that part of the crowd. Down into reverse. echoes audible here at Ewood Park. Shitu. Trotter. And Smith certainly didn't shirk it. It's Trotter's pass. Hulse. Oh, tremendous play. Quite get the break of the ball at the end of that move.
Oh, he did brilliantly there, just to pop it over Hanley's head, and I thought he was just going to pull the trigger that would absolutely have killed this tie off. But in fairness to Hanley, he did well, because once Hulse just dwelled on that ball, the centre half got back in.
And Keogh. So many tired players out there. And it fizzles out. Rob Hulse is departing at this juncture. John Marquis will come on, born in Lewisham, and of course scored the winner against Aston Villa in the 4th round.
Well, he's on his way off now, Rob Hulse, but he might have just put the killer finish, the killer touch on it. Great play initially there, but then once he wanted to take that extra touch, that just gave Hanley that second bite of the cherry.
So Marquis for Hulse. David Dunn has made his way over to the touchline. Blackburn have left themselves with an awful lot to do in the last few minutes. Goal kick it'll be. Almost immediate activity for Marquis. Smith. His lowest header on for Blackburn. Two teams just a point apart in the Championship. They were due to meet in the 2nd tier this past weekend. To be postponed because of the initial cup meeting. Just one goal dividing them tonight. That goal by Danny Shitu. Will it be enough? Low for Blackburn. There's Shitu. Now Marquis. Off Taylor's boot. Blackburn simply cannot afford to waste any time. Shitu. Has been a tower of strength. He's slightly out of position here. It's Jordan Rhodes for Blackburn. Now Best looking to angle his way in. The opportunity is wasted.
Yeah, I think probably frustration more than anything else that the chances have been so few and far between for the home side in both ties, really, both games. You can see how many bodies back there for Millwall. Not an ideal angle from Leon Best there.
Initial indications are that we'll have at least 3 minutes of added time. Shitu. Not any ceremony at all, and he has been a leader in these 2 matches, Danny Shitu, make no mistake about that. Shitu once more. Just distance on the header. Hanley back to Keane. It's been too predictable from Blackburn. Trotter. Control and composure. Offside there. Danny Shittu, for the second match running, is the Budweiser man of the match, and who could argue with that? Pedersen. No prizes for guessing. Danny Shittu. Back by Best. Almost an accident with the advertising hoarding. Taylor was back there. Pedersen. It's Lowry. As the defender was asked to get there. Done. Nuno Gomez. In the final minutes of the 90 at Ewood Park. Dunn did well. Over it comes, and it's Shittu inside his own 6-yard box.
Yeah, whether he got a call from the keeper or not didn't matter. He did absolutely the right thing. He took control of it. Didn't take any risks.
Pedersen. Rovers supporters know the script. Long throw to be anticipated. Walton comes Pedersen. Might be up for grabs. And again here, Nuno Gomez. And then it goes wide. Came back towards David Dunn.
A little deflection there. Hits the target, whether it was on target. Well, if you've got two of the biggest centre-halves in English football, and Danny Shittu and Mark Beavers, and I don't think there's too many bigger than those two, what you don't do, whether it's your game plan or not, is you don't ram it down their throats all night, because they've just gone and won everything, especially Shittu. If you're going to go long there, you go diagonally, you take them out of the equation. And so far, with what, 2.5 to go, they've coped with everything.
Pedersen, that long raking free kick. Dunn. Liam Trotter, get right on top of David Dunn. Pedersen. Scored away by Jack Smith. Leon Best. Jordan Rhodes trying to go through a thicket of Millwall players. Only away by Beavers. And Marquis tapped by the touchline. Olsen. What do Blackburn have left? Well, the whistle of Mark Clattenburg means a free kick to Millwall. Bit of respite for Kenny Jackett's team.
Yeah, and I think over the piece they've been the better side. 180 minutes of football, and they've tried to play football. They should have sealed it at the new day, and they didn't. But they've come here tonight, they've tried to play on a difficult surface. Again, they've been the better side. And again, when been asked to defend, the two centre-halves have been excellent. But it's like food and drink to those two. If you keep ramming it down their throat, long and straight, they're going to deal with it. You've got to have a plan B.
Well, Marquis on the turn. Can Millwall go in for the kill here? Taylor with the goal at his mercy. He's missed the chance.
Well, it's unlikely they're going to pay for it, but they just might. Marquis does brilliantly. Compose yourself. Not difficult there, he knows it. What a chance.
Last flickering flame of hope for Blackburn in the FA Cup this season. Until tonight, they hadn't conceded a goal in the competition this term. Taylor. Millwall are almost there. They've done this the hard way. Coming here to Lancashire tonight. Marquis. Play continues. Smith. We've gone past the 3-minute mark in added time. Done. Millwall are on their way to Wembley. The team from southeast London will be heading for northwest London come the middle of April. Danny Shitu, the on-pitch leader supreme, with the goal that has made certain of the fact that Millwall will face Wigan in the last four. Shitu savouring the moment. And the trip has been well worth it. The few hundred Millwall supporters who have travelled here to Ewood Park. But with a piece, you've got to say Millwall deserve it. Final score in this quarter-final replay is Blackburn 0, Millwall 1.